transferred out of the Park Service and to be in the Bureau of Outdoor Recreation, and named him the regional director out here for the Bureau of Outdoor Recreation. So one of the hearings he had was that Jackson held in Seattle. He had Overly sit in as a member of the committee for the Bureau of Outdoor Recreation. Well, it was another one of those occasions where we were under the gun, because Overly came out and talked about how he wanted to take something like, I don't know, I forget now how many acres, and I'm thinking 5,400 acres out of the national park, Olympic National Park. And Jackson was sitting on the committee for our national park. And so now we had a question. Is he trying to force us to say, we'll take these deduction on Olympic National Park so we can have a North Cascades National Park? Well, three of us in Olympic National Park, it was kind of, the organization had kind of calmed down and wasn't doing too much at the time. At that time, we decided we're not going to let that happen. So we put out, say, something like 1,000 letters of people we thought that might be there to testify, say, for the park. Well, when the park came out, of course, that deal was not made, that trade-off was not made. So we kind of won out on that one too, and we felt very lucky that Jackson then came back and still supported the park.
So overall, how has the N3C and Mountaineers, and how have all these groups changed the way the general population looks at the outdoors?
Well, when I joined the Mountaineers, there was no conservation committee, and there were about 5 of us that put together an organization that was for the Mountaineers, that made the Mountaineers one of the 3 most important conservation areas in the United States. The Wilderness Society in Washington, D.C., the Sierra Club, and then us. The groups like the Alpine, let's say the Appalachian Mountain Club, they had taken no interest really in conservation. They were a hiking group. What's happened recently is the Mountaineers have changed considerably. They're no longer a conservation group. They're almost anti-conservation, because one of the persons that has formed a group within the Mountaineers is also the president of the Wilderness Society, and he's not advocating any national park in this here. So we have, say, resolutions from the Mountaineers previously for this extension of the park, but now the organization's primarily just a climbing club. They're rock climbing, that's their big thing right now. Go down to the REI and practice on the rocks down there. You know, they have a climbing rock there, and other places have, say, climbing rocks too. So that's their big impetus now. So we don't have a lot of enthusiasm from the Mountaineers. The other groups are letting us carry the ball on this. Said if you get a bill, we'll back you up. But I'm not come out really and say support of what we're doing. And as I say, what's happening to the Wilderness Society is really devastating to the conservation movement, because they carry the name wilderness. But of course it could be something like Outdoors Unlimited too, couldn't it?
Just out of curiosity, was Overly involved with Outdoors Unlimited at all?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Don't think he got involved in that.
So he was mostly timber
Well,
pulp representative?
he was in the federal government.
Oh, he was in the government, okay.
At the time.
Okay.
So, I'm sure that he supported what they were doing in his own mind and things, but he couldn't do any advocacy as a member of the federal government.
Was he, I guess, so he was Forest Service? Is that,
Forest,
what
he
part
was-
of the government was
he
he?
had come out of the Forest Service.
Okay.
Well, no, I take that back. He had come out of the timber industry, pulp industry in Port Angeles. He was first named assistant superintendent of the park, and then he moved into the position of superintendent of the park.
I see.
So we had a real foe in that, but we fought it. The the director of the National Park Service came out because